She began as a student instructor while in high school, and in just 2 years after graduating, had a full roster of 40 flutes each week while working another job on the side. Some of her other jobs were a photo film developer and photographer, Tweety Bird and the Tasmanian Devil for the Warner Brothers Studio Store in the Mall of America, a shift lead for the Hollywood Video where she met her best friend, Shyvonne, and an ophthalmic tech working for eye surgeons and optometrists, most notably Dr. Jeffrey Fisher of Fisher Laser Eye Center and Drs. Chris and Amy Freed and Dr. Chad Doctor of Southwest Eye Care. Dr. Chris Freed was a BNI member for many years and introduced her to the organization in 2006, suggesting that it might be a really good idea for her to lessen business and to put in her pocket for when the time is right. That time was in 2018, 1 year after launching AKoppMusic Lessons in Studios. Today, she is on the road to recovery from a little entrepreneurial burnout. Please welcome today's feature presenter, Alicia Kopp.
Close your eyes real quick, listen to this. Okay, what does this take you back to? Okay, so really quick side story that's not part of my presentation. Joe reached out and said, hey, how can I pick a song for you? Because I had a song that Andy actually kind of picked, and I really wasn't the most comfortable with it anyways. Nicole knows what that was because she's the only one that can see that list. And so I said, well, you know what? Go ahead and email it to Andy because I like surprises. This will be great. I promise I'm not going to peek. So Andy gets it, and he listens to it with a pair of earbuds, and he starts to smile. And then he goes, oh my gosh, I'm so glad this is you and not me. And he just starts crying. Does anybody know who the woman is that's singing with these children? Shout it out if you know. This is Sesame Street. This is Lena Horne, who was an amazing person that did a lot with Sesame Street. Getting a little flipped. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. All right. You got the clicker. All right, so again, I'm Alicia Kopp with AKoppMusic Lessons in Studios. And where do I aim this?
Just click it.
Oh, this side, not the middle. All right. So this is my husband, Andy. We own AKoppMusic. We're woodwind doublers, and we're also piano and woodwind teachers. We have been friends for 28 years. We've been married for 15. We've been teachers for 28 years, friends for 30. Let's see here. Okay, so there's a lot of places you could go to find music lessons. It could be another studio, it could be a store, it could be a church where the organist or the pianist might teach lessons on her off time, or it could be in somebody's house that maybe they are giving lessons while they're raising their young children. And so why would you want to come to our studio? We're a little on the unique side because we do have a collaborative approach, a very comfortable and interactive waiting area that Kyle, I don't know if you know this, but your little guy doesn't want to leave. He cries, and your wife has to drag him out after his big sister's trumpet lesson. It's adorable. We don't aim to make children cry, but it happens. We embrace literacy learning at all forms of literacy. Music literacy, of course, is our core, but handwriting, reading literacy, math, and science. We incorporate all of that into our lessons one way or another. It's a supportive workplace for musicians by musicians, and of course it's locally owned and operated by a music instructor. So the big keywords here, we're founded on fairness. Flexibility and comfort really is kind of what drives us to be completely different from our competition. We really believe that music is a gift from parent to child, from yourself to yourself at whatever point in your life, and that it needs to be very positive and memorable. Those people that later on in life, they said, oh, I had that and I hated it and I'm never gonna do it for the kids. Those stories really kind of was like a little knife to our heart. We're like, oh, how sad for you. Somebody totally ruined what should have been a joy. And we instill a love of music learning for life. So these are the types of things that we offer. You hear me talk about week to week, other than just lessons, repairs, rentals, books, musician essentials. We're starting some early childhood classes and doing a free preview this Thursday at 11 a.m. At 11 o'clock, it's for the 18 months to 3-year-olds. 11:30 is going to be 3 to 5. There's going to be some wonderful swag to kind of give away to those youngsters that are attending. Thanks very much to Ryan. For employees, they're employed. These are W-2 employees. This is very different from my industry. Direct deposit, holiday pay. That's unheard of that an instructor is going to get holiday pay. Flexible scheduling, meaning that they can go away to their gigs and we will make sure that their students are covered. We centralize the scheduling, the building, the communications. If you've got 2 or 3 kids that are taking lessons with 2 or 3 different teachers, to only have to talk to one person who's going to make sure that because you can't make it on such a day because one of them has a band concert and you need to come in on another day, and to get them all lined up, that is definitely kind of a key factor. Also, we have a room that we're going to be growing some benefits. So, what does it mean to reach for the brass ring? If you notice the title thing, that was the name of my presentation today. Has anybody heard that phrase before? Oh, okay, one person, awesome. So, to reach for the brass ring means that you're striving for the highest prize and you are living life to the fullest. And I just love this picture. It just makes me so happy. So, but if you're going into being a musician, this is really more what it looks like. The main quote right here, buy low, sell high, and stay out of the music business. That was Jim Harms, my mentor from Jim Harms, my music store, who is now since passed. And clearly I didn't listen very well to him. So we actually started an award for our aspiring musicians called the Reaching for the Brass Ring Award, and our inaugural recipient was Leo Schlafer last year. We don't anticipate that we'll pass this particular award out every year, but we started it for him. He began with us as a 5th grader, going into 5th grade year. Looks like Harry Potter. Maybe you can just reduce his age there a little bit and kind of see it. He wanted it. Every single opportunity for those honor groups he auditioned for, he knocked it out of the park, he got it. This last year he completed his freshman year at Northwestern, which he got into off of his auditions. And again, every honors group that he went for there, he is just rocking it. So we gave him a little stipend, and we gave him our blessing and our best of luck with this. So the brass ring, there's not many of these carousels left, but this is the whole backstory to the brass ring. In order, you have to get in line and hope you get an outside horse. If you get into the carousel and you get on one of the inside horses, sorry, but that's not your chance for the brass ring. Because step 2, you have to reach out, and that horse on the outside is going faster than those horses on the inside. You have to reach out and you have to grab that thing, and you have to hope that there's a ring even there. Because these things actually used to be hand-loaded back in the day. So you could go by and there might not be a ring for you. So if you get the ring, then you get to toss the ring. You don't want to hold it, you want to throw it. And you're aiming for the mouth on that clown right there for this particular carousel. And when you get it in there, the lights light up, the buzzers go off, and you win. And what is the prize that you win? You win a free ride on that carousel again. Now, if you're in the entertainment industry, if you're a musician, if you are a business owner, you want to stay on that ride as long as you possibly can, right? In a way, we're all kind of reaching for that brass ring. And that's us taking that second trip around, right? And trying to stay vitalized and stay up there so that we don't become irrelevant and obsolete. So this particular carousel is the Boardwalk, Santa Cruz Boardwalk in California. If you've never been there, do plan that as a trip for you, your kids. It's wonderful. As I said, there's not many of these left. The cool thing about them that's musical related is there's calliopes, and this one has 3 calliopes that rotate through its day. So it seems like I've gone off the rails. What on earth am I driving at here, talking about calliopes and carousels? So, again, it's a little bit that we're trying to reach for our own brass ring. We have these amazing people in our lives, our clients and our instructors, and we want to provide a place for them where they're not only going to have an opportunity to succeed and feel like they're doing an amazing job and building great relationships, but also that they can actually build a life for themselves. They can maybe buy a home, they can maybe raise a kid and have a family. The thing about our job is there's not a lot of security. We are building brain cells. We are giving people something that they can do for the rest of their life. And we are providing a lot of joy. If we're doing that for people in the long term over the course of years, and the guy at the gas station that's selling cigarettes and coffee, and they have benefits, why not us? This is a great group of people, and I love them with all my heart, and I hope that they can build a future doing what I've been doing for the last 28 years of my life. So what I'm talking about is I'm talking about my legacy. I'm hoping that someday we leave behind, hopefully not too soon, someday, positive change for my industry. I'm trying to change my industry. That is insane, because I'm going well against the flow on this. We're changing that instructor-client relationship to be one that has the respect of a business relationship while keeping all of the personal touches. We are honoring music lessons as a cherished gift from parents to child or from you to yourself. And we are reaching for that brass ring. And I'm not going to be able to reach it without a little bit of help, and I know that. And so what I need from you is social media referrals. I love these because even if you don't know who they are and they've just popped up in a mom group and you forwarded my name, at least that gives me a little bit of exposure. And it might not be them, but it might be somebody that sees that comment that you've made below that is going to land for me. That might not necessarily generate the thank you for close business back, but hopefully it can, track it. But if nothing else, what goes around comes around. Students, of course, your friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, strangers. That person that's, talking to the barista that you overhear that's like, oh, my piano teacher's moving. Hey, do I know somebody for you? I love people that tie up people's time and talk to them, like teachers, counselors, dentists, orthodontists, hairstylists, barbers, anybody who's got somebody trapped for a half hour that's visiting with them, they are my peeps. And then, most importantly, I just need a little bit of cheerleading, inspiration, and I'll take hugs. And I just want to thank all of you for being a part of my life, because the growth I've seen in the last year is phenomenal. Quarter 2 of this year, 2018, was almost double of quarter 2 of last year. Thank you so much. You have no idea what that means.
Well, you're done. I wanted you to keep crying and talking. Let's give Alicia one more big round of applause.
Who do you know that is looking for music lessons? It can be kids, it can be adults. I gotta tell you, Alicia's studio is absolutely phenomenal. So check them out, AKoppMusic.